dun.
Spielberg.
All right.
Oh, we recording?
I
Yes.
guess that's that.
All right, let's get it on. Well,
first
one-
episode in a while,
Yeah, that's right. New format.
Been a second. Trying some
Yeah.
new stuff out.
but we're back.
We're
Yeah.
back.
Mm-hmm.
1993.
I believe so. 93, 90.
Think so.
Yes, sir.
I think
93.
they were both. Yeah.
93, yeah.
93.
Definitely.
We're starting with Schindler's List.
Okay.
Schindler's List. Somebody recommended this, and I'm wondering why.
So it's so just, I mean, it wasn't so much of a deep-seated like recommendation. It was more because originally we were gonna do a kind of a Spielberg style twin episode, and you had chosen Jurassic Park, and so during my search to find something kind of related, I thought it was kind of interesting that Schindler's List happened to be his very next film, like 6 months later or something like that.
Yeah,
So
I didn't know that.
to me, that was kind of
Complete
what
tonal
drove
shift.
me. Yeah. That's
like
kind of
that.
why I picked it. Was just like, oh shit, that's a big change in
I like that.
style and plans and subject matter. So
Yeah, man. 93. Schindler's List.
93,
Liam Neeson.
that's me.
Ray
So-
Fiennes.
Had either of you seen it?
Yes.
Kind of, but I would say sort of only in passing because it was like, it was playing in high school at one point over like 7 classes of like
Classes.
English,
Okay.
you know, on the little TV in the corner. Who knows?
In
It
like
was
20-minute
edited.
sessions.
Yeah.
Well,
So I would say no.
you know, my mom's German, so I watched this at like 7 or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
As just a rite of passage, as part of
Pretty much, yeah.
this is what we did.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they got like a big like education thing over there where they
Yeah.
have classes of like, yeah, let's not do this again.
Yeah.
I had never seen it. I
Well-
thought it was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Let's hear why.
I did have like I don't want to say like anti-Spielberg bias, but
Yes, you do, and that's okay.
yeah, I had like an idea of it before going in, and I kind of see like some of that was kind of like based on some of the stuff I had heard about it. Like, this one quote that I had heard was like, I think it's Terry Gilliam quoting Kubrick about how like
I know what you're talking
it's
about.
like Spielberg managed to find like a positive story out of like what is one of the worst tragedies in human history.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like it is like depressing and everything, but it does have this sort of, it is a positive story.
Yeah,
Ultimately.
it's
about,
a
it's about the survivors and how this one man, in spite of his surroundings, like he did make a change,
Kind of grew to.
It is
into that
still
as
like
well.
against all odds a feel-good movie. It's fucked up
Yeah.
to say that, but
Yeah.
one of those people you're also quoting said something along the lines of like, it's not a movie about like 3 million Jewish people dying. It's about 600 getting saved or something like that. Like I think it was Kubrick who said that.
Yeah.
Who also had a movie he wanted to do around the same time that was, I don't know if you read about that, but Kubrick also wanted to do
A
a
Holocaust movie.
at least
Wow.
partially
Okay.
related, and then Schindler's List beat him to it, and I think he was like, "Oh fuck,
I did
I'm
not
even
know
gonna
about
fucking
that.
do it." And he
I
didn't
don't know about
love
that either.
Schindler's List. It was called Aryan something,
Oh shit.
but yeah, it's like an unfinished product that he
Oh,
chose
okay.
to abandon because
Okay.
of Schindler's List, like beating him to the punch on the subject matter.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't like Schindler's List.
I saw this one video, like, I watched them both, like, yesterday. And we're also going to talk about Jurassic Park a little bit later,
Yeah.
just in case we have to, for some reason,
yeah, whatever.
mention,
It is what it is. It kind of
But-
makes it's hard to not bring it up because it's kind of why I chose it in the first place.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, so I didn't know that they were directed, like, so
Back
close
to back,
together.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I
back
saw
to
in
back.
that video that, like, he had wanted to do this for, like, 10 years.
Yeah.
And kind of, like, put it off or whatever.
I'd read that he was like considering handing it off to like Roman Polanski and all
I
these
saw
different
that,
directors, and
and-
he ultimately made his own with like
And it
pianist.
said that, like, he was a survivor, Roman Polanski.
Yeah, he was
I
in
didn't even
the
realize that.
in the sequence where you see the like liquidation of the ghetto or
Are you talking about
whatever.
in The Pianist?
No, in specifically in Schindler's List. I mean, Polanski directed Pianist, but in Schindler's List, you see an event that Polanski was privy to in real life. The when
Shit.
they moved everyone out of the
Ghettos.
Warsaw ghetto. Yeah. Whenever that
Wow.
happens, he's a survivor of that.
Okay.
Shit.
I think he gets out of the country instead of
Yeah.
like, I don't know how much worse it got for him, but he is a survivor of very close things, and he would make his own movie, but he was someone Spielberg like approached about
I
it.
So the
see.
pianist is about like World War II and
Yeah, it's
Okay,
it's
I've never
definitely
seen
a
Oh, shit.
Holocaust adjacent World War II movie. But I did also see that I read that Spielberg kind of had a deal where he would do Jurassic Park as one for the studio, and then one for him would be being allowed to do Schindler's List.
What I saw was that he was allowed to do Schindler's List if he did Jurassic Park first.
Yeah,
that's-
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all that's pretty interesting, I guess.
Come on. Let's hear
No,
it.
I get where you're coming from though when you're talking about. No, but I honestly, I already know where you're coming from,
I know
Keegan,
what-
because
I
like
think too.
I didn't really have any. I hadn't seen a lot of like Spielberg movies, at least as like a
Yeah,
fully
like-
formed like my 25-plus-year-old brain had like come into existence. And for me, it was kind of like, yeah, I'm not really that excited to like visit, his works or anything. I just didn't really know them that well, and it just seemed like, okay, it's they're the original blockbuster like Hollywood movies. It's
Yeah.
just not necessarily what I'm always looking for. So I was kind of interested in what I was getting myself into. Though I think I personally came away thinking it was like more exciting filmmaking than I expected from him personally,
Yeah.
with Schindler's List at least.
Yeah.
You could tell he's trying to, and I didn't even really think about this. I watched like an interview that was real quick that he was doing on 60 Minutes, and he was kind of like addressing that criticism that like he's not really taken seriously as a director, and he was kind of even saying like, he's done all these movies, but he's not really he's never won Best Director, and even when he did Color Purple, he was saying like, we got like 12 nominations, and I was kind of hurt because none of them were for Best Director.
Yeah, I guess kind of because even by then it was already like, oh, he's the E.T. guy,
Yeah,
Close
blockbuster
Encounters, one of the the
Hit
original
movies.
Indiana Jones, I
Yeah.
guess maybe it was him.
These
Yeah,
big blockbusters and stuff.
Yeah.
But I do get the sense that he was trying to do something different and like push himself with Schindler's List.
A little bit, yeah.
But it
Yeah.
is like at the end of the day, it's like
It's his.
it can't be too depressing. It's like it can't be too
Right.
sad.
no, that was
Right.
one thing I think one of those filmmakers specifically called out. Seeing you were talking about Kubrick and who else was he?
Terry
like-
Gilliam.
Yeah, one of them had said something specifically about not enjoying the scene where there's kind of a fake out where a group of the women are sent to
the
the
showers.
concentration, and then they're going into the showers. But as the viewer, I mean, if you know enough, you can kind of look at it and be like, "Ah, it's not a gas chamber." But the play is that like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe they're getting gassed.
Yeah.
Maybe they're getting gassed. Oh no, they didn't get gassed. I think that was kind of they're like, oh, you really turned it into entertainment there for a second. You
a
know?
little bit, yeah.
I know that rubbed some people the kind of the wrong way with like portraying it, but I also just don't know how the
You
fuck
know-
you would portray it without.
I walked away from this with a better understanding of your perspective of Steven Spielberg, because to me, Steven Spielberg is like the Toyota of directors.
It's it's
He's-
kind of
you know
funny.
what I
I
mean?
was thinking, like when I was watching some of the stuff afterwards, I was like, he's like the Drake of
Yeah,
directors.
You can really crank
like,
him out. I
the
noticed that.
blockbuster.
Yeah, the blockbuster
But-
guy, the numbers guy,
He's not an auteur like
and
that,
it's like
like
and they were even kind of asking like at the end of that little 60 minutes thing, like I don't know exactly how they got to this point, but they were like, if movies got more smaller and like less heady, the guy was like, do you think you could direct those type of movies? And he was like, of course, if I was into the story and all that. But I do think like it was kind of funny too, because like they were showing this
Grandiose.
compound that they had built for him, which I had heard about. I don't know if it's MGM, but whatever studio had built him this like $1 million compound, but
Like recording place.
yeah, a lot.
or just like place where he could like ride and
Yeah,
come.
okay.
Part of the lot was like just his part, and like they were like showing him like he had like arcade games and stuff, and like he was like playing it and stuff. It's like I was just like he's kind of he's childlike,
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
got a lot in common with like George Lucas. and
Yeah,
some of those
like
other
I
dudes.
don't want to
He's
say
like-
he's a simpleton, but it's like he's not interested
No.
in making
No, it's like
a super deep.
No, he's not.
You know, like not to say that this movie wasn't deep. I mean, but it's like it's more about the historical record. It's not about like it's not even necessarily about Schindler's psychology. Like that could have been a very interesting. Like he has the moment where he breaks at the end, where he's like, I have this. That could have
I
been a
coulda-
couple
I coulda
more.
done
You
more.
know,
I
but
think
it's like
you gradually
it
see
really
him like
doesn't.
develop this, I guess, sympathy and fondness for the people around him.
Yeah.
You know, that he saves. But like, I agree with you. It wasn't until the end where he tries to act a little bit. And I ain't gonna lie,
And-
Liam Neeson hammed it up a little bit.
I was
Yeah, a
gonna say
little bit,
he's
for
not
sure.
he's not a strong enough actor
He's not.
for this, and
He's not.
He's-
I thought Ray Fiennes had more of like
He
a
was a lot
like
better.
yeah. But it's also really it's really early in both of their careers though, which is weird because they're both Neeson's not really gonna take off till like what Taken is really gonna send him
I was-
into like
Star
popularity.
Wars.
Yeah, a little bit as but he
Yeah.
just gets one movie of that. You
I was
know,
gonna
and-
say, wasn't he? I kept
was in a
thinking
lot
this
of
and I
shit.
didn't look it up, but wasn't he the dude that was like those black bastards?
Yes, he did have a.
You know what I'm
He
talking
did have
about?
a.
What
There
is
was some
that?
sort of interview where he.
Where, like,
Oh,
Something had to do with
yeah.
sister or something.
Yeah,
he was like
yeah.
he's gonna
Like,
get
he was just
shillelagh
hoping he
and
could
beat up
find
any
Packer.
dude he could find on the Irish
Any dude,
bus.
He was just like any
Yeah.
dude I found.
What a wild boy.
I think he's had to like
yeah,
talk
rough,
about that again since and clarify some things. But yeah,
I was just like, wasn't that him? Is he,
He did-
Irish
he did.
or?
I don't know, man. Like it's Scottish,
He's
maybe.
from
It might be
somewhere.
Scottish, actually.
I also said this about Spielberg, as it made me think of your opinion of him. I got a note here. Spielberg is all about the music.
Yes.
That music really drives the
Both.
emotion of the scene.
Yeah.
Both of the you
Yeah.
know, films we're talking about, but especially here, like it
Yeah.
really drove like the feel this.
Yeah.
You know, which is
And-
good.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to. I feel like sometimes, like when a movie's like trying to make you feel something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's like, especially if you can see how it's doing it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't necessarily feel it all the way, you know, it's like this is such a heavy movie. It's weird to say like I didn't feel all of it, but you know, it's like any little thing can take you out of it, especially when I was saying kind of like they were talking about how it's kind of more of a documentary style. And
Yeah.
I didn't even go into this knowing it was based on a true story. It was kind of like halfway through where I was kind of like, okay, this has to be a true story.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like otherwise it's
too specific.
it's disrespectful.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's kind of
Yeah.
goofy if someone
Yeah.
made it up, in '93.
Yeah.
Um,
I will say the imagery. My
Yeah.
boy, he really. I give him this. He wanted to be considered like he wanted to be taken more seriously, and I
Yeah.
think in his mind that translated into like, let's just show the gruesome
I was
stuff.
a little bit kind of blown away because he's popular for doing that in Saving
Mhm.
Private Ryan, like
Mhm.
in I don't know '99 or whenever that came out.
I
But
never saw that.
Oh, yes.
well, I mean, in its opening sequence, like the storm, it shows like the storming of
crazy.
the beaches of Normandy, and just
Mhm.
people were getting blown up
blown
pretty
apart
bad.
and shit.
But I was pretty surprised by just there were a lot of like constant shots
He
to
puts
the
it in your
head with like
face.
squirts and stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
he definitely
prosthetic
puts it in
blood
your
pumps.
face. Like, yeah, you're gonna see me shoot this bitch
Yeah,
in
so
the
he
head.
did commit to
Oh, yeah.
the intensity of that a
Mhm.
lot.
For sure.
And I don't know, for me it sort of stood out too. I thought it was a lot more exciting movie than, it was weird because I watched this and then,
Jurassic Park.
I watched Jurassic Park, which is kind of a weird thing. And I was like,
same order.
and,
Same.
while I enjoyed Jurassic Park, I also kind of thought like, oh, I kind of wish some of the stuff from Schindler's List was in Jurassic Park. I know it sounds weird to say, but like just little moments where like slightly more, it seemed like he was more excited to be there with some of the moments, like the guy rocking out on the piano while they cleared
While
the
they cleared it,
apartment,
yeah.
like that was just kind of cool.
You know
I
what?
guess sounds weird to say, but it was like more exciting filmmaking.
It's kind of weird, but the scene in Jurassic Park where the kids are hiding from the dinosaurs,
Yeah.
I was thinking like, this is kind of the same. It's
A little
just
bit of a
the
crossover.
Nazis are the dinosaurs.
I mean, from what I understand, he's literally like working on Schindler's List and Jurassic Park at the same time. I mean, there's a lot of crossover
Yeah.
I can see that.
on set. Yeah, he's working on the script for Schindler's while he's filming Jurassic Park, I think, a lot of the time. Or he's going home and continuing to work on Schindler.
I can see
It's
that.
kind of interesting.
But one of my notes was I really didn't like the selective color thing.
You know what? That people make a really big deal about that
the
being one of the
red one.
standout moments, and I also agree. It kind of
I as a photographic trick, I generally
it
don't
looks
like that.
hand colored in kind of a weird way too. Though I didn't think really even looked that good as well.
It's
Like
very, like, kind of
rotoscoped
faded.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't into that.
I got it, but it felt a little random,
Yeah,
To me,
it
felt
didn't
right.
stand out because, like I said, I knew about that from just kind of like being shown the movie as like a kid in like English class, and that being something that at least at some point someone pointed out and was like, "Oh, here we go, symbolism or whatever. We're
Mhm.
gonna talk about this now, kids." And I was just like, "Oh, I got other things I
I
want to
tell
think
you, I
about."
tell you what. Towards the end, when they showed it, like the conveyor belt and all that shit, I was like, "Oh man, he's getting me." Woo! Like the bodies on the conveyor belt moving up and being
Oh
dumped
yeah,
in the
into
big
the
fire.
when they had like exhumed them and put them in another furnace or whatever was going on.
Yeah, yeah, mass burnings and
Yeah.
shit like
Yeah.
that.
I will give props to Voldemort. I mean, he killed it. Ray
Ray
Fiennes.
Fiennes killed
I
Oh,
mean,
I
he
didn't know
was
that
actually a
was
great.
Voldemort.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So he
I
kind of
was
kept
thinking,
it going.
Strange Days.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, he was in lots of the
I like
English
how
Patient.
Oscar was playing mind games with him, making him like a great power. It means sparing lives, not killing them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which he only kept going for about
pardon
30
you.
seconds. Yeah.
He saved 2 people.
What's funny
and
is like
he's
I didn't know I pardoned you, but I knew that I'd heard that in Opie and Anthony randomly at some
I've heard
point.
that
Like
in, yeah.
Kumia like says it, and
I
I'm just like,
pardon
ooh, what
you.
was the context of that?
Yeah, you saw this in school?
Yeah, at least in some way. I don't know if it was edited, but I know this is a movie they showed on network television, unedited.
Yeah,
I know
did.
that for a fact. This and Saving Private Ryan got like special cases to
Wow.
be shown, like just on like ABC affiliate. Because when I was a kid, they were going to show Saving Private Ryan for like Veterans Day on my ABC affiliate. I was so excited; it was going to be unedited. I went to go see it, and our local affiliate had chosen like we can't do that. It's too violent.
Damn.
It's against what we believe in. It was like this Christian program
Oh hell
instead, and I remember that really radicalized me.
no! I
But I
watched.
know Schindler's List. They could show. They did show though.
Yeah, they showed
Because of like cultural significance or something, it was considered not obscene. Anything that happens.
right like Roots.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I
That
remember
kind
they
of that was
show
the
Roots,
thing
like,
they
every
decided.
year.
Yeah,
In like
Mhm.
10 parts.
Yeah, yeah.
30 minutes a night.
This is one of those double VHS box sets too.
Yeah, I never had this, and I feel like I had. We won't even. But
This is almost required viewing in my household.
wow. I was gonna. One of my notes was that basement scene. I thought he killed her, like when he dumped that shelf on her.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
then
I thought he
later
killed
when
her,
he was
too.
like, "Oh yeah, I want them made." I was like, "The dead one."
He wanted to take her out back and shoot her in the head. You know,
He did.
Ray Fiennes. Yeah.
The one that
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was like,
Helga.
yeah, he'll save you because he
Yeah.
loves you.
Yeah, Helga, whatever her name was.
He wanted to shoot her.
Yeah, he was like, I'd rather take her out back and shoot her in the head. You
No,
know?
I thought he was just saying that.
Nah, he was dead ass.
How'd y'all feel about that ending with all the actors and?
I ain't gonna lie, man.
I mean, it got me a little
Son of
bit.
a
It is
bitch
what
got
it
me,
is,
like
dude.
when
Putting
the-
the rocks on the
oh,
grave.
like-
when
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 they
the
had
the actors
alive.
are coming with the
the
people they played,
Yeah.
and when
Oh,
they're
it
still
was both of them
alive.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even
Occasionally,
realize
yeah.
that. I thought it was like maybe like the original person and like their son. Or
No,
something,
no,
like,
no,
No,
no.
it
That's
was
what confused
actors.
me. So at various points, you were seeing the kids and then their adult forms in real life, and that kind of
Yeah.
hit me because you see the kid that like had to hide in all the shit with the other
Yeah,
kids,
yeah.
and so when I realized,
See,
oh,
because they were showing the names, I didn't know they were
yeah,
showing the
yeah, yeah.
actors.
So that was actually kind of
Like-
a little bit like emotionally manipulative, but like it worked on me because
Yeah, it
like you
got me.
realized the kid was with the adult version of the guy who actually hid in the fucking
Mm-hmm.
and the guy was like,
shithole.
"This is our spot."
Yeah, exactly.
Those kids were fucked up, yo.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So like, I didn't realize that was Ben Kingsley, but he didn't make it. They showed his wife right at the end.
Yeah.
yeah.
He was great at. He had a great performance in this. I'll give it to
Fantastic.
Kingsley. Was awesome. Yeah.
Fantastic, yeah.
It's kind of random, but the scene when like they're walking and like the ash was like falling on them.
Yeah.
Wow.
It made me think of the Big Lebowski.
Oh, when he fucking throws the one dude's
yeah, the coffee can.
yeah,
Donnie.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Similar things happens in Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Actually,
Oh, I never
at one
saw it.
point, Tom Cruise goes out and the aliens finally come out of whatever they're doing, and they zap a bunch of people around him as he's running away and turn them
yeah.
into dust. And he's running through it. He finally gets back to his apartment. He's looking in the mirror at himself. And he realizes he's covered in all this ash and like what it is, and he
People
starts
dust.
like hitting it. Yeah, he starts hitting it off himself and freaking out.
Wow.
So there's kind of a little bit of a crossover there. The Spielberg
Dust.
grim dust ash on your body.
All of my actors must be dirty in
Yeah.
every movie.
Dust him up.
I think, like, what do you think overall about the film? You know,
I thought it was too long. That's another. I mean,
I agree.
I think 3 hours for almost anything, like that could be 2 movies.
I'm kind of coming around to that too, especially in the era of like shit being too long that shouldn't be so long, like with all the Marvel movies and everything
Yeah.
being 2:45
And
constantly.
I think it took a while to like. I think it was maybe trying to show like in the beginning like he's just a shrewd businessman or whatever, like he doesn't care.
Yeah, he's
But like progressively
opportunist.
he starts to care, and I'm like
Mm-hmm.
it was just too long. So it's like everything could have been.
The shit with his wife was really confusing too, because it was like, what the fuck is she even?
Yeah, like it
the way
didn't
she
add
with this
anything.
guy,
And then at the end, it's like he didn't even stay with any of the
Yeah,
wives. So
yeah.
it's like, yeah,
Yeah, I got the sense that like, okay, his wife is some vapid chick who wants to be acknowledged.
once he got the bag.
Yeah, once he got the
Well,
bag.
no, there was a pretty actually a comedy scene almost where she was like, if I stay, will you just be with me, And then it immediately cuts to him being like, see you later, and she's
later,
riding
on
off
the
on the
train.
train. I was like, this is hilarious.
I did
What
like
is this guy?
the whole. I guess all of this is historically accurate. So I did like them. Like, yeah, this is what actually happened. It's some horrible shit. Check it out. Like I did like that. Like, yeah, put the shit on the screen. Let's see, it's fucked up.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how much they would actually like go into a concentration camp or something, which they don't do a ton of still, but they show you a quick little field trip in the one for a second for like some of the characters.
scene
I mean, you see
where
the girls
When they get
go.
to Auschwitz, man, that
Yeah.
shit's crazy, boy.
Where they're all like talking about it before they get there, and they're like, nah, like
Yeah.
they,
Yeah, that
they,
was
they
the-
need us.
That was kind of on the nose, but that was the fucked up thing. Is she was like, "Yeah, I've heard that they're doing this, and that, and they're taking them into these, and then they get led into something similar."
I was gonna say the birthday kiss. I wasn't really sure like what that was about. Like, was it to like show that he's trying to humanize him, or
Well, yeah, because that's all.
or
Yeah,
just, like you know,
His-
what I mean,
his-
it was confusing a little bit. Like,
I just think he was also trying to do that power thing that he was trying to demonstrate to Ray Fiennes' character. Like, yeah, nigga, power is me taking it easy on these people instead of punishing them. I think it was another piece of that too.
maybe
Yeah.
I'm just
Just
like,
another moment.
Or
in,
you know what?
or was he trying to get in trouble?
You know
or,
what makes sense? Why that scene's in the movie? Because the little girl was still alive and she showed up at the end and put a rock.
I
on
mean,
the tombstone.
I'm assuming it happened like that, but it's like
Mhm.
I don't think the movie really like explained why he thought that was a good idea, or,
Yeah, I don't
or
know.
why he did it.
He
Like,
kept doing subtle things in front of the SS though. Like
it was
the
a sign
fire
of his like
hose scene.
radicalization against the
and
cause.
she looked kind of young too, so I was like, I don't know.
Well,
But anyway,
Oscar.
it was the 40s,
Oscar
Yeah,
Schindler.
Yeah,
Oscar
And he
Schindler.
saved all those people. I mean, come on.
you got to look the
That
other
can't-
way on something.
That camp was disgusting, boy. That shit was fucked up. The mud and everything. On the
Not
camp.
nice. Not nice at all. Not a nice place to stay.
Meager accommodations.
Yeah.
This Hitler guy, I'm not a fan.
He was a real jerk.
Yeah, I did like the gradual like build up of like we all gotta register and put these armbands on. Oh, we all gotta move to this other part of town. Oh shit, we gotta go. Like I like the gradual
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, and how
they
much
show
of a
how
like
slow?
how much you could also just get unlucky and get screwed regardless, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
A
have my
paperwork
papers, but who
mistake.
cares? Or I just don't have my paper. You
Yo,
know, who
that
cares?
one arm guy, that scene it almost got me. The one arm guy, when he was like, "I'm an essential worker. I
Yeah.
work for Oscar Schindler." A one arm essential
Oh,
worker.
ha ha.
Bow! I'm like, God damn.
9.
Or the lady that was an engineer, she was like, "Look,
Oh yeah, that was
these
kinda
barracks
crazy.
are gonna collapse." Oh, okay. Shoot in the head.
Yeah.
And then fix it.
All
Yeah,
right.
and then he said, "Yeah,
Tear it down."
do it like she said." Yeah, Voldemort was
This
not
is
crazy.
nice.
just very psychological torture.
Mm-hmm.
Like you never know. But yeah, it was straight.
yeah.
I don't think I'll watch it anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean,
It was like,
I think it's a
long
one-time historically
yeah.
significant watch.
and I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
history
yeah.
too. That was like the one. Like, I did put it off. Like we've been talking about discussing these for a while, and I was like,
I put it off too.
Yeah.
It was a hard watch.
yeah, it's not something that you're like excited to.
Not
no,
to
no,
enjoy.
it's 3
No.
hours of not necessarily fun and games.
Yeah.
And I tell you, when this movie was like Headshot Alley, boy. God damn.
Yeah, I was actually pretty surprised by the amount of like just prosthetic like
splatters.
Yeah, like
Squibs.
pressurized, like blood squirts on like heads, and the way he like filmed people like buckling under headshots and stuff. It was, he definitely, that's one of the places he was like really leaning into showing people get it pretty bad was the constant.
Oh yeah, he's good for that though.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. It's fucking crazy. Is that true?
It was gruesome.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
All right, what you feeling, man? Let's hear, I want to hear your opinion. Being the
It's
residential
hard.
Spielberg
It's
hater.
It's hard. Because it's like,
it's so Spielberg.
because this is obviously an important movie, you know.
Doesn't have anything to do with it, man.
It don't get brownie. It don't get brownie points. It don't get brownie points for
I
that.
don't worry about that at all, man.
Shit.
It's just, hey, man, it's just a movie.
Yeah.
They don't get to pick a subject and like get points straight off
Yeah,
of that,
that's a
man.
good
You
point.
really
That's a good
don't.
point.
Yep.
You really don't.
That's right.
You don't have to like fucking.
It's a film.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's right.
go.
40.
Nah,
22.
and it was the 1940s. I'm gonna go 75.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I like history, you know. I like it's a story I wasn't familiar with, so it's cool to see that.
The Holocaust?
No,
No, I'm just fucking.
Oscar in particular.
Yeah, Schindler's his list.
But it to some extent, I don't.
The list. The
I
actual
keep
list.
thinking of the word. I don't know if this is like the exact word, but I keep thinking like it's almost a sanitization of something, you know.
Well, I mean, like if you go back to that Kubrick, or I think it was Kubrick specifically, he said something along the lines of it's not a movie about however so many people died in the Holocaust. It's a movie about this small amount who got saved. So it is inherently putting a positive spin on it.
Yeah.
It is kind of, it has the story arc of a feel good thing, you know. So it's kind of hard to get away from that, even though it is about one of the greatest tragedies of all time. It is still portrayed ultimately.
It's like the tragedy is the backdrop.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Pearl Harbor and Titanic, you know. They present this other smaller story within this obvious tragedy that we have going on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave it right
Give
there.
it a 75, huh?
I'm excited to watch more of Spielberg's movies. You know, kind of get into what it is that he does. That's like makes it so successful.
I will say
you know?
this made me want to watch Saving Private Ryan because in a way, like, you know, sequel.
That's,
I mean, I don't know.
yeah,
it's like
that's
it's not a
also
sequel,
World War
but
II or
Yeah.
it's World War II. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. It's about, you know, specifically our troops in
is Normandy? Where is that?
France.
France, yeah.
Okay.
It's a specific-
It's a city in France.
D-Day.
Well, when we talk about it, it's the beaches of a
Of
place called
Normandy.
Normandy. Yeah, it's like and it's where we initially did an aquatic like assault on the landmass, and where we kind of just had a ton of dudes run up to the
Storm
fucking
the
cliffs,
beach.
and it got a little rough for that. And
Yeah.
then
The
that
Nazis
initial.
were they had France at that point? Or?
Yeah, and they had like
Yes.
guns set up and shit. So we kind of literally just had to go for it and just send a bunch of guys to and send as many. It was like a game of Battlefront too.
Send as many guys as you can.
And you had to keep responding over and over again. Yeah, pretty fun stuff.
Maybe we'll get to that.
Maybe we will.
Someday.
I'd give it like a 77. You know,
Okay,
77, because I'm right in that ballpark with you. Like I said, I walked away from this with a little more understanding of your perspective of Spielberg. Because to me, like I said, he's like the Toyota of directors. It's like it's a perfectly serviceable movie. It's actually a great movie.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, it's a great movie. But in a lot of ways, Spielberg doesn't have like a personality, or he doesn't have like I just watched the Paul Thomas Anderson movie, One Battle After Another, and all I kept thinking about was like, if Spielberg directed this shit would not work.
I
Like,
mean, that'll fucking set anybody up for failure, but
like this shit would not work. Like he's a very particular type of director.
Certain stories.
They're grandiose, and I don't know. Like I said, like a
Kind
Toyota.
of epics.
He's not like epics. Yeah, he's not like it's special, but it's not special. It's just right. There's, you know.
I feel like he like, you know, you hear comedians talk about comedy in a way that's like over, like too many role sets. Are like, you do this and you do this and you set it up and you deliver the punchline and da 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 and you go for it again. I feel like Spielberg's kind of has a some sort of method and school of filmmaking that he's going to adhere to no matter what he does. Whereas
Here's
someone
my
like Paul Thomas
foreshadowing.
Anderson's more like, okay, here's my next project.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to figure out what to do and do different things, and it could be anything. Whereas Spielberg, I think, is more like, no, we need to
he's
get
like-
this fucking camera over here right now.
Yeah.
Bring in the
We gotta
orchestra.
I need the craft table service over here. I need to fucking, he's been doing this. And you see, even, especially later in his career, like 10 years after this, when he starts doing The Terminal and Catch Me If You Can, all this stuff
Yeah,
back to back, he
yeah.
really starts cranking them out. And if you look at his stuff, it's like one movie every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's super back to back to back.
Like industrialized. Like
that's what I'm saying.
what
yeah,
I walked
definitely
away
industrialized.
feeling
Yeah,
from
he's
it
a
'cause
factory. He can do it.
I was like,
There's worse factories, but he's in one of them.
yeah,
a little bit.
the visuals got me. Don't get it twisted, but the story, I just felt like, man, they could have got me a lot more. They could have really fucked you up in this movie.
It would have. It is a movie that's very localized, so I will say it's not as bad as it could be because it does follow like a German guy who is like saving people in kind of a safe scenario, so you don't really follow them into the worst of what's happening in this, which would have been more fucked up to see.
Yeah, we didn't see any rape or anything.
No,
That's something I just thought of. Like, this is the type of movie that Germany would show about the Holocaust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
there's a lot of Holocaust movies. There's a lot of like documentaries and stuff, and I'm sure
they'll be like
a lot of them
just
are like,
right.
Yeah, like
This is
the
easier to
balance,
digest.
you know what I mean? In
yeah.
the same way that
Yeah.
like U.S. history is like being sanitized, and like
Mm-hmm.
there's certain things that like aren't being put in books or in movies. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like there are certain movies that like, oh, this is like a very safe telling of this type of story.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's kind of
Yeah,
I'd say
really
it's
get
definitely one of
too-
the safer ways to tell a Holocaust-based story. I mean, it was entirely based on the idea that it does not follow them into
right.
the concentration camps that hard. I mean, because the worst movie you
it's
can make
more
would
like
just be like, hey,
labor camp.
we're in here with them the whole time. I mean, there was a movie that came out kind of recently, though, that I'd say both of y'all should see if you haven't, just called Zone of Interest.
I remember you telling us that.
And
was
that
good.
actually kind of does something different, whereas it follows like the lead commander of like Auschwitz, but then it doesn't ever go into it. It kind of makes you face it by having him be right outside of it the whole time, like trying to live a normal family life, and it kind of makes
I
you
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
take in how fucked up it is, because we already know how fucked up it is. I couldn't really be shown anything in a movie that I didn't already know about that, and here
'Cause you've
it's
seen
like
so many documentaries
and
stuff.
everything, and just learning. We're taught about it in a couple different history classes throughout like our high school experience and stuff, and instead it has you just kind of have to hang out with a dude who's casually doing it and then going and like swimming in the pool of his daughters, and you see like the smokestacks on the other side. They're like
Oh, that sounds
nice.
interesting. It sounds
yeah
interesting.
it's just that was kind of more of like taking it and making it a little bit more terrifying, whereas this is definitely more, not to say Disneyfied, but it's Spielberg-fied. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
inherently kind of similar, you know.
Yeah, he's his own genre, kind of.
Yeah, I would say
yeah,
it's
yeah. I would say
I mean,
so.
if I were to come around to like rating it, I would say personally, I thought like the filmmaking was a little more exciting than some of the stuff I specifically saw, since we did kind of watch these a couple movies together. I saw Jurassic Park around the same time, and I thought like some of the stuff he did in this was a little bit more exciting. It sounds weird, but I wanted some of the filmmaking of like Schindler's List in
It wasn't as muted.
Jurassic Park,
Like in
a
Jurassic
little
Park,
bit.
it's a little more muted. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I thought some of the shots in Schindler's List would have been beneficial to fucking like raptors and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of more exciting. It sounds weird, but it was just kind of more fascinating filmmaking. I thought. So I mean, I kind of enjoyed it more than I thought I would, though, because I did have preconceptions about Spielberg. This still lives within them, but I did think he at least kind of like. I didn't expect some of the violence to be as straightforward as it was. I was kind of a little blown away by that. It's the easiest thing he could do to kind of get me, would just be like show something like that. But I still
Like
kind of
jump
appreciate
scares.
how much he went for it, and especially given he was like, I'm not going to be the fucking ET guy anymore. You know?
I'm a real director.
He's like,
God damn it.
hook a fucking tube up to that extra's head, and we're really gonna show him an effect here. But like, and I kind of appreciated that to an extent. Or like I said, even just like some sequences where when they were clearing out the apartments, when people started like coming out of their pianos too soon and shit, and then they started gunning them down, and one of the German dudes was like, oh, there's a piano, I'll rock out on that while they
I was gonna say I like the scene where the dude tried to escape in the sewer.
yeah
Yeah, that was crazy. I also like the It reminded me of Andor a little bit. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have
I
seen
have not
of.
seen
Yeah,
Like,
there is.
it
There is some
shows
of that.
like
Yeah.
the behind the scenes like business or the accounting that goes
Yeah,
along.
definitely.
And you get that with the Nazis. Like, there's a lot of accounting here. There's a lot of shoes go over there, gold over here.
Slideshows and stuff, and like
Yeah.
propaganda and why we're gonna teach people to like hate these people and stuff like that.
Yeah, a little bit. It was
like the
interesting.
little girl, like when they were like all being like they're all walking.
Yeah,
and
the
it's,
little
like,
she was like
girl,
talking
she was
shit.
like,
Yeah,
Goodbye, Jews. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
a little
She's
bit.
like-
Oh yeah,
bastard.
that shit too. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like they're
don't know.
indoctrinating them early.
Well, you know, my grandfather grew up in that. He was a kid in the Hitler Youth.
Oh
I
shit!
didn't know
Damn.
Yeah.
Would
For
have never
real.
guessed.
Nah, for real. No bullshit. No, yeah.
Damn, dude.
It
You
was
would think
wild.
you would think it would have been my grandfather. Yeah. Instead, my great grandfather, Underground Railroad. No, just kidding. No, dude, that's not true. I'm not even gonna
How
fucking.
ironic.
I don't think they were on the continent of the United States yet, but
They were on that brainwash shit heavy though. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
what's
I
your
did
rating?
not know that.
I actually liked it more than I thought I would. Which is kind of weird. I don't know. I just thought it was more exciting and more like interesting than I thought it'd be. It was way too long, and like you said, movies just being over 3 hours now. It's just kind of like you got to earn that.
It's
And
indulgent.
they
obviously this is
definitely
from
let-
'93, but like it's just now that we're in this weird era where just anybody thinks they can fucking do that with any movie they make, and you just gotta deal with it. And it's like I gotta pee 3 times during this fucking stuff. But I don't know. I liked it more than I thought I would. I'm gonna give it an 82.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 82.
You're trying to make the list.
Oscar Schindler.
I just want to be when the time comes. I just want to be an essential worker. I don't know. I liked it more than I thought I would, but also you're right. It's just kind of it is definitely it's a movie about a heavy subject that's still somehow put through the perfect like blockbuster formula. You know, it's kind of a crowd pleaser somehow by the end of it. You know, while also kind of sort of taking the time to be like, I am a Nazi though. But that being said, you know, I did say go and root for me a little bit at the end and cry for me and put stones in my grave.
Spielberg style is like the best vanilla shake you ever had. You know, like it's
You know, I'm
vanilla.
gonna be
Don't
honest
get
with
me
you. I
wrong.
fucking enjoy some vanilla ice cream, so sometimes that's for me. But
yeah, me as
he
well.
definitely can turn anything into vanilla ice cream. You can put a lot of ingredients in there, and somehow it's still
came out
white.
vanilla. Yeah, white.
I almost feel kind of bad, but because like I'll send you guys that 60 minutes thing. It's like you can tell that's really like the main thing that bothers him. You know, is like not having
Respect
and,
amongst
Yeah.
the directors.
just because it's like he's had this commercial success or whatever. But
it's got to be earned. You got to make the movies,
Yeah.
man. I mean, you got to go and if
Like you said, he's the Drake of
Yeah.
movies.
imagine if he had been like, I need respect. He's like, I got a new movie. It's called Reservoir Dogs. You know, he needed to do something different. It needed to not be like, because Schindler's List, not called Oscar bait, because that's more of a new thing. But it's the kind of thing that's like, yeah, this is a serious movie for sure.
You're
And
gonna
think about what
understand,
it's
like-
even about. You know, so
Such
I'm sure around the time it
effort.
came out, people were hesitant to even come close to say anything negative. They're like, no, we gotta go see this shit.
It probably hit like Roots. I remember my dad telling
Yeah,
me like
yeah.
when Roots hit on TV, he was in high school.
Everybody
Went to high school the next day and beat the white kids up.
That's actually funny you say that because I saw, I always tell people I think it was 12 Years a Slave at the Angelica, and I was in one of the stalls just like sitting down taking a dump or something after the movie, and the guy comes in, he's on the phone, he's using urinal, he's like, man, I just want to beat the shit out of a white dude or something along those lines. I remember being like, make sure my ankles are covered and stuff. It's like understandable, but like, hey, I saw the movie too, man. I don't agree with that shit.
you would tell was too good.
Yeah.
But all right. Any other final thoughts?
Oh man, rest in peace,
Rest in peace, Oscar Schindler. He
rest in
did-
peace.
he did some real
Those
shit.
black bastards.
Yeah, well, he
did some real
he
shit.
did- he said that. Hey, that's a Liam.
I also like how the movie didn't shy away from his womanizing ways, man.
That was kind of interesting. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, he a real dude,
yeah,
not some superhero.
interesting. They chose to make sure we knew that.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
let's hear.
It's all my